Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Anarka Akaza here, and today I've got a very special video for you. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for the longest time now. It's just up till now I haven't really had enough material from this band to really honestly make a good video. But now I do, and so without further ado, I'd like to present to you my Beatles collection so far. Yes, here it is. You got Rubber Soul, Revolver, and the White Album with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 45s, singles. Almost all of these records were purchased from Love Garden Sounds, other than the White Album that was purchased from a local antique store. So I just started here the Revolver, because that was the first one that I actually picked up. I got that one for $5 in Love Garden Sounds. The only reason it's 5 is it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it, but it plays beautifully. I love the artwork on this album, you know. I actually kind of like the artwork on this album a little more than I like the actual songs. I mean, favorite songs on Revolver and probably are, well, Taxman. I love Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, Yellow Submarine, and the other side, I want to tell you it's pretty good, but Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, and Yellow Submarine are probably my favorite tracks on Revolver. Then there at the bottom we got the Beatles, I think either in studio or just somewhere just chilling, talking to each other. This album does not have the inserts to it, unfortunately. I mean, that's another reason it was $5. No, this is not an original pressing. Highly doubt it is. I mean, it says C&P 1960s, but it could always say stuff like that and not be original. It's just got some wear and tear along the edges, but it's what it is. Next we have Rubber Soul. Got this one for, I believe, $15. Same idea as that one. You know, it's in great condition, it plays beautifully, doesn't skip at all. On the backside of Rubber Soul, we got Just Seen Face, Norwegian Wood, which I like Norwegian Wood. This album's got a different vibe to it, which is not one of my favorite Beatles albums, but I still love it. It's a good album to fall asleep to, honestly. I've listened to it about 4 or 5 times. Norwegian Wood is probably my favorite track on this album. I like the photographs on the back of it. No, there are no inserts in here at all. Oh yeah, there is an insert. There is, no, well, no, there's not. There is, this. It's just the generic cover, generic slip, which I think that actually might be I don't know, but there's no inserts on that one. But it's a pretty good album. If you're into the Beatles, definitely check it out. This album right here, the White Album, this is my all-time favorite Beatles album, which is why I put $45 down on it. I bought this from a local antique store here in Ottawa, Kansas, which I'm not going to name the antique store due to what I'm about to tell you. Let me move these glorious little guys out of the way, because I'm a little disappointed. I'm not disappointed in the songs. I love the songs on this album. This album's beautiful. You know, we got Back in the USSR, which is one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time, Glass Onion, Obla Obla Da. We got Rocky Raccoon, which is another favorite of mine. We have Revolution 1, which is the first Beatles song I ever heard, and then Revolution 9, which is an abyssal, noisy mess. Oh my goodness. That Revolution 9, when I first heard that, it blew me away. I was like, what? Oh god. Beatles, you really... Apparently, I looked into it, Revolution 9 was actually done by John Lennon. He took a bunch of, I think, radio sorts or whatever. He crossed mixtape with a bunch of different recordings, and there was a radio announcer that said number 9, and there's a YouTube video where John Lennon explains how he came up with Revolution 9. But I love Revolution 9, and I love just how it came to be, and I honestly want to try to make something like that myself in the future. But Honey Pie is good. Every song on this album is amazing. I love it. But as you heard me say, I've got some issues with it. It's not the album itself. The album's perfect. It's the actual physical. Now, as I said, I put $45 down on this. I'm gonna have to buy it again though. And as you can see, it's the double LP. The second record is in here. Second record's fine, which actually the side one of the first record's fine. It's side 2 on the first record. You can see there. I'm gonna try to shine light on that. See those stains? Yeah, that's how I got this record, unfortunately. Now, usually when I go to buy a record from a record store, I always inspect it. But for this record, that was impossible, because you know how at some stores, like game stores and music stores, even bookstores, even for some used items, they reseal it, they re-shrink wrap it just to give it a nice look to it, you know? That's what the White Album had. It was re-shrink wrapped, meaning if I opened it, I had to buy it. Which they assured me that it worked and that was the original pressing, you know, all that. Which I found out by talking to my friend in Love Garden Sounds in Lawrence, Kansas. Because she's an expert on this stuff. She's worked at Love Garden for 15 years. There's a bunch of reasons why this is not an original pressing. Which, that alone kind of upsets me. But the biggest part is, I cannot play this album. This side of this album, it barely plays. As you can see all those stains. It is highly, there's stains all over it. But it skips. Blackbirds doesn't play, which I love Blackbirds. That's probably my favorite song on the side. Rocky Raccoon barely plays. Many of my favorite songs, I think only like 2 songs on this record play kind of fine. The rest of them do not play at all, which for spending $45, that really upsets me. And you might say, well, take it back. Well, I've tried to talk to the person I bought this from, and they make it, in their opinion, they didn't sell it to me this way. And I can't obviously prove that they didn't, so, well, that's how I have it. I mean, it's not like I would purposely spend $45 on a record, destroy it to the point that it doesn't play anymore, and, you know, it just doesn't make much sense, does it? But other than that, and there is no sleeves, no inserts in this one. From what I was told, the original pressing of the White Album, for one, as you see, it says the Beatles on there. You can rub your finger over it, it's just printed on there. The original pressing of it, my friend from Love Garden, she told me that the lettering sticks out. It's emboldened. You can feel the letters as you run your fingers over it. Also on the back, it's numbered. There are no numbers on this. This is a person's last name. So, it got ripped off there. And then the inside, as I said, there's supposed to be poster for pictures. There is none of the sort. There's nothing at all like that. And you might ask, well, about the sleeves here. Love Garden gave me these. Those the original sleeves for the records were tattered and practically just ruined, so they didn't matter much. But yeah, I love this album, and I'm obviously going to keep this. And I can still play sides 1, 3, and 4, so, you know, that's fine, but it's really disheartening that, you know, I invested $45 into something that I thought was an original pressing, and I was told it was an original, and it's not. Which, I obviously knew that I wasn't in mint condition, because I knew that it was used and just re-wrapped, you know, because it didn't come out with a ring around it. So that's another reason I thought it was original, because, I mean, look at it, it looks aged. So I thought it was original, but no, this is apparently an 80s repress. There's a billion different other reasons that maybe vinyl junkies who actually know more about this than I do could probably immediately tell just from looking at it that it's not original pressing. Something about the label itself and all that. I'm not going to get into it all because I don't recall everything she told me, but yeah. I have the Beatles White Album. Kinda. I'll say kinda. Now let's get to the 45s. 45s, I got the Beatles Day Tripper, and on the other side we have We Can Work It Out. Damn good 45. I highly recommend it. It was $1. Oh yes. Next we have the Beatles Don't Let Me Down. That's the music video where they're on top of a roof jamming out for an audience of whoever happens to hear them. And then we got Get Back on the front side. This is $1 at Love Garden. Then here we got oh yeah, I've got duplicates. So I've got 2 of Don't Let Me Down and Get Back. We got duplicates only. This one's in a Columbia sleeve. This one's in the Beatles One Apple sleeve. It's the only difference between the 2 of those. Which does that matter? If one breaks, I guess I have another one. This is not the Beatles. It's just John Lennon on side 1 and Yoko Ono Band on side 2. Kiss, Kiss, Kiss. This is actually a really good song. I know a lot of people hate Yoko Ono, but this is a really good song. She kind of moans in the end of it. I want to hold your hand, and I saw you standing there. Damn it. Or I saw her standing there. Very good. Got it for $1. I got all these for $1. I don't stop saying that. The Beatles Revolution. Woohoo! Like on the White Album. This, like I said, this was my first and one of my favorite songs by the Beatles. Revolution on side 1, I believe. And Hey Jude. Anarka can't sing. On the other side. Over here we got Plastic. No, this isn't the Beatles, obviously. It's John Lennon, Plastic Ono the Band. It's So Hard on the side B, I believe. And John Lennon's most famous work, Imagine, on side A. Yes, I saw that for $1. I was like, oh, I gotta buy that. I have to buy that. Plays like a dream. And then on over here we got the Beatles, You Can't Do That. And then we have Can't Buy Me Love, that famous song by them. You know, this song's kind of a dark one. It's not like dark, but so Paul McCartney's singing about a lover who he doesn't want talking to another man, and you know, it's kind of violently worded in a way, but yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 of those. That's, you know, those duplicates there. And I got 3 studio LPs, including or discluding this one because it's kind of messed up. And I have taken it to a record doctor, Love Garden. My friend Katie, she knows how to do stuff. She's cleaned them to get this possibly cleaned, but I guess the damage is so bad that, like, if you run your finger over some of them, you can actually feel some of them. Like, the damage is that bad to an extent. You can actually feel some of the damage physically with your finger, so, you know. So I remember I put it on the turntable and I was listening to it, and there you can get a better visual of the damage done to it. I put it on the turntable, and I noticed it was, you know, it was popping, which most old records that pop, you know, they've got a little bit of fuzz to them. But I noticed that it was skipping over and over and over again, which at first I thought was kind of an effect. As you know, the Beatles psychedelic, Beatles White Album, that's their psychedelic era, it's 1968. Thought, you know, it was maybe just an effect. But I noticed how it kept skipping for like almost a minute or so. I'm like, okay, this isn't good. So I lifted up the needle. I had to manually lift up the needle and place it carefully just to hear the rest of the song. And it just did it so much that I turned this record off and I put side 3 and side 4 on. So anyway, that is that. I'll put that back in a moment because I don't want to drop it. But yes, I have, just to show you again, I have Revolver, Rubber Soul, and the White Album, and 8 singles, or 7, depending on how you look at the duplicates. And over here we have some of the, I store them all in plastic bags so I can keep them safe from dust. Which, if you're wondering where I'm recording in my attic. Well, that's technically my attic. I'm recording in the upstairs of my grandparents' house because I'm kind of on the move right now. I don't really have a place to record, but I wanted to do this video because I love the Beatles. I love them a lot, and eventually I will own all of their studio albums, and I'm going to try to buy as many of their 45s as I can. I want to get Help because that's probably my favorite song by the Beatles. I actually have a review over Help coming up soon, which you might ask me, why do you need to review Help for? It's Help. Because thanks to my good friend J.B. Allen, founder of the Punk Rock Appreciation Society, he honestly opened my window on that one. He didn't introduce me to it, but you'll wait and see. But J.B. Allen actually really just helped me see Help in such a way that I never would have thought before. Like, he analyzed that song in such a way, not like, looking too deep into it for secret meanings and stuff, but just stick around. When I do that review, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, I never thought of it that way," or "I never noticed that before." I'll just say he helped me see something in Help that I never noticed before. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I'm Anarka Akaza. Thank you so much for watching this video. Whether you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, Thank you so much. Comment down below. What would you like to see me review next? Anyway, dos for done.